Hi, hello, how are you? So today at a Sunday, so I'm sitting here at a Sunday. I thought about something that I wanted to make a video about, and it's things that I regret doing as a K-pop fan, or things that I see other K-pop fans doing that if you're a starter K-pop fan, I don't know, like in the first or second year or in the first few weeks of being into K-pop, that I want to warn you about, or the people that are in this longer. Maybe you can relate to any of this, or maybe you're still stuck in some things. Starting off with the first thing, because one thing that you always see in my videos is my background. And what can you see in the background of mine? Those are K-pop albums on the one side, and on the other it's mangas and books down there. But this side is K-pop albums. Oh my god, I should have counted my albums for this video so that I can show you this. But maybe I will, and then I put the number here. That's the point. Buying way too many albums at once, and buying random albums or random merch, and also of groups that you don't even really know, or you don't even really stan, or that you just like at that moment, and then a few months later you don't really like this group anymore. And this is a thing that really happened to me. So those are my albums. I also got one other right here because it's my I have to show you. It's my Taste album, and I love it so much. I want to put it somewhere in the background because I don't know, I love the Haechan. So the release, this album, really, if you haven't listened to it, give it a shot. Okay, wait, I'm gonna put it up and I'm gonna exactly sit in front of it. Nice, but okay, whatever. So in the beginning of being a K-pop fan, I saw a lot of people collecting albums, photo cards, merch, whatever, and I thought I want to do this too. Because if you're a fan of something, a lot of the times this just happens in your head that you, I don't know, want those things at home. Yeah, and that's what I did. I did buy albums. The albums that I bought in the beginning were Twice and BTS, and I regret it on the one side because I don't like BTS anymore. My BTS albums are literally, you cannot even see them because they're on the floor. When I'm thinking about it, I said I regretted, but do I really regret buying them? On the one side, yes, because you're spending money on something. Yeah, I don't stand the group anymore. That's one of the things. It's kind of sad for the money that I spend, yes. There is a girl on TikTok that shows her hauls and her K-pop collections. I don't know, maybe it's all rage bait. I could imagine that because I mean it's TikTok, but she literally has so many albums, and also of groups that she doesn't even know and she doesn't really pronounce correctly. But like I said, I can imagine that this is full on rage bait. But at the same time, I kind of feel like those people exist in real life. Like, she doesn't stage this. I don't know her age. If I find it out, I can like tell you. Till now, I don't know her age, but I would say she's not older than 19 or 20. And I think she also still lives at home. And I'm asking myself, it could be that they're just rich and that's how she can afford all of that, or her parents, like she's using her parents. Maybe she works really hard and can pay that off, you know? Or she's really deep into debt. One of those things has to be true. On the one side, she can absolutely do this. If this is what makes her happy, I mean, okay, whatever. Or if she just likes doing that, I don't know, spending so much money on that. She's not hurting anyone with it, so that's not the problem. The problem with that is that people, also young people and kids, see that and want exactly this. Because in the comments, people are saying, yeah, I only have 4 albums and stuff and I wish to have so many more. And I'm like, you don't have to. You don't have to. I mean, okay, I don't know if I'm in the right saying that you don't need all of those albums, but I feel like I also don't need all of those albums. But nowadays, when I feel like getting a reward, a treat, or there's just an album of my favorite group that I really, really want, then I'm getting this album. But back then, I just bought any kind of albums. And all of those albums that I bought in the beginning, those groups, I don't stand those groups anymore. But especially the Stray Kids and Hypen, and maybe also Boy Next Door, I kind of regret buying them because I don't like the groups anymore. And I don't want those albums here. And we're jumping directly to the next point, which kind of hangs together with this. It's the selling your albums if you don't want them anymore, or selling photo cards if you don't want them anymore. So out of my Enhypen albums, I tried to sell my Enhypen albums together with the including photo cards, with everything included. No one wanted them. No one. And so I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to try to just sell the photo cards. That kind of worked. That was great. So I sold a few, and I still had a lot laying around. So I went to like an event where you can trade photo cards. And so I traded almost every Enhypen photo card that I had against a lot of 17 and the boys. Yeah, it was a good trade. It was a good trade because I got so many good photo cards. You don't even know. But now my mistake was that I still have the albums here. So without the photo cards, there's no value anymore. Other than like €1 maybe. I don't know what to do. Maybe they're just going to be laying around here. I don't know. So selling the photo cards is dumb, but at the same time, it's also a good thing. Like, selling them was kind of, yeah, it didn't really do anything for me, but trading them. So this is what I can recommend you. If you live in a bigger city, for me, I can just speak in Berlin, there are sometimes a few trading events, or like those bubble tea stores and stuff. So go there. You need to approach someone, so you need to kind of you don't need to be really talkative. Sometimes people also come up to you. I recommend you really going up to a lot of people and be like, yo, you're trading, right? You know, and asking what kind of photo cards they have and if they also want to trade against this and that group or whatever. Yeah, giving you some advice, even though I'm not good at trading. I'm not good. There's like a whole thing, like they have those huge binders with so many photo cards. Most of the times they are selling them at the same time, or they only trade against a certain photo card and stuff. That's a little bit annoying, but whatever. And also, if someone, please, this is a scam. They're going to scam you. If someone wants, if you want to trade a photo card, okay, I'm gonna play a little scenario right now. So this is person 1, and this is person 2. Person 1 is you, and person 2 is the other trader that you meet at an event or stuff. So this is a binder. Imagine that this is a binder with photo cards. I would trade this one. Would you trade this one? Maybe? This one? Yeah, but only for 2 photo cards. So you're getting this one photo card, but I can choose 2 photo cards of yours because this value is a little bit higher. Oh, okay. Don't do this. Don't say okay and be like, no, not doing that. Don't do it, because a lot of the times people want to tell you that a photo card is really, really high value, even though they aren't really that much. And even if it's like a little bit of a rare photo card, I don't know, like exclusive only for like Hello 82 or whatever, no, because we were already talking about being at events, approaching people, and that means meeting new people and stuff. The fact of making friends inside of the K-pop bubble is not easy. Not at all. So if you're at an event, it's really hard when you're alone, because I feel like no one is really approaching you, and if you want to approach someone else, they're kind of like judging you a lot. And in general, I think people in this K-pop bubble, there are a little bit judgy sometimes, not everyone. So when you're at events, try to like be nice to everyone. So if you're at an event, like cup sleeve event or something, and you want to kind of make friends, but you're alone, you want to talk to people or stuff, to kind of meet new people. Maybe if you don't really have any K-pop friends and you want this as your opportunity to find K-pop friends, just know it is a little bit hard, but sometimes it works, and sometimes it's not even the approaching or them approaching you, it's the just like coincidences that happen. But at the same time, I met so many nice people like on the one side, and I hang out with them like a day or like at the same day that we met, but then after that we never talked again, and I didn't forget about them, but maybe that person forgot about me, I don't know, but I never forget about the person that I met, trust me. But making friendships that last long in the K-pop bubble is not really easy, especially when it's over TikTok or Instagram. Over TikTok, sometimes if you're starting to kind of chat with someone over TikTok or Instagram, related to K-pop and wanting to make friends and I don't know what, a lot of the times in my case, those people, you directly know at the beginning, oh, are we on the same kind of level of, or like, do we have the same kind of humor? Do we understand each other really well or whatever? And then I just directly know, like, oh, again, it's really hard to find a person that you can be friends with for a long term. Sometimes it works really good. And it worked. For me, it worked one time. But we ghosted each other. And then randomly, after a year, we randomly text each other again and stuff. So, Zamiha, if you see this, I'm sorry, I'm calling you out right now, but I'm calling myself out too. The next thing is kind of related to my first point with the albums and merch. It's the trying to be better than other fans. You don't have to know everything about your favorite idol or about your favorite group. You don't have to like every song. You don't have to know every song. And you don't have to watch all kinds of content and stuff. So y'all, you can be the greatest fan of all time, and also like the debate about who's a real fan, what is a real fan and stuff. You don't have to be a fan of the group for a few years to be a real fan. You can also be a real fan if you only came across them yesterday or a week ago and you're being like, oh, I really like them, I'm a fan, you know? So just support the idols, just support the group, and that's all. And how you express your support is different for everyone, but it doesn't mean that you have to buy, for example, a lot of albums or a lot of merch or go to every concert or watch all kinds of content. You can be a great fan also just listening to their music, enjoying their music. If you're watching one or two TikToks of them or I don't know what, that's also enough. You don't have to be like borderline invested in them because sometimes that can be creepy if you're too invested. But we already talked about this in my latest video. And the last thing is that you don't have to like the same things as your faves or have the same opinion about something. You know, it naturally just happens that if you like someone, that you kind of want to find similarities, and if they're saying, oh, this is my favorite artist, or this and that kind of music genre is my favorite, or whatever, that you start to either like it or you force yourself to like it. But one thing that I do have to try out, and we maybe are going to do this together. Okay, I don't know when I'm gonna do that, but Songyeon, or just in general, Cordis is so obsessed with acai bowls that they even made a song about it. I'm gonna try it, or I have to try it. It can't be that good. I don't know, it's just a smoothie, isn't it? Like, it's smoothie with fruit toppings on top, and that's it. And Oakberry just opened in Berlin after, or I think after, or like at the same time when acai from Cordis dropped. But that is a sign. I have to go. And we're gonna probably taste test this together. The next time I'm with my best friend, I'm gonna take my camera and we're going out trying the famous Oakberry acai bowl. If you like acai, let me know in the comments if you can recommend it, and if you already tried the Oakberry acai, or I don't know, all the other stuff from there. Maybe you can recommend me something so that I know what I have to take. Let me know what of those things you have maybe done, or have you never done anything like that? I would be very interested like that. And what do you think makes a real fan? Like, in your definition, what is a real fan in your eyes? I talked way too long now.